consistency is proclaimed to be the one key strategy to helping you to produce tangible results across almost every conceivable category: business, the arts, relationships, emotional health, physical health, and spirituality. And the problem? It is the one behavioral change we tend to struggle with the most, especially when we're trying to improve or achieve something. Once you do decide to follow through with consistency, however, you will see the power of this behavior emerge into your life as it begins producing noticeable results. The reason your results will be noticeable is because of the compounding effect of consistency. You may have heard of the effect of growing your money with compound interest. The same is true when it comes to the growth of your results through the compounding effect of the consistency of effort. Consistency is a behavior that requires you to repeat an action enough times to overcome a deficiency, learn a new skill, or modify a behavioral trait. As simple as consistency seems, however, it can be one of the most complicated behaviors to put into practice. Why? Because consistency is hard, and it takes time. It's hard because consistency requires a dedication of time and effort. Let's face it, most people are impatient. When impatient people fail to see immediate results, they lose interest and move on to the next shiny object. Consistency requires your unwavering commitment. Trust me, you will not always feel like going through the motions of applying a consistent effort. We could think of numerous examples where consistency is required in order to achieve our goals and objectives. A classic example is that of the person who sets a new goal of losing a specific amount of body weight while increasing lean muscle mass by a certain percentage. This is otherwise known as doing the right thing long enough to produce a desired result. We've all seen how this typically plays out. Despite the fact that this person starts with the right intention, we quickly see how intention is not enough. Most times, sooner rather than later, most people break the rule of consistency and take a day off for whatever reason. They compromise their nutritional plan or stay at home from the gym just this once. While we all know that a day off doesn't make a huge difference, it disrupts the momentum that consistency is built upon. Once momentum is disrupted, consistency and its associated results begins to fall apart. To help you to avoid compromising the law of consistency, consider adopting the following simple formula. You can recall the elements of this law by remembering the acronym BEST, or BEST. There's space in your workbook for you to record the steps of this formula. Be absolutely certain of your reason, your why, to achieve your goal or objective. As we already know from earlier lessons, a personal connection with why we desire something keeps us committed to the tasks required to achieve an outcome. Eliminate excuses. Refuse to allow any excuse to come between you and your objective to learn, to grow, or to change. Every time you overcome an excuse, you empower your resolve to achieve your objective. You also begin to see excuses as the culprits they are. Show up. By taking at least one physical step toward your goal or objective, you put in motion the forces of action that will produce a favorable reaction to leverage the law of consistency in your favor. Tackle the task. Your ability to conquer the incremental tasks leading to your overall objective instills a sense of accomplishment and reduces the likelihood of you quitting before you succeed. The reality is that most people are not willing to be consistent. Most people will compromise when it comes to consistency. But if you are willing to commit to this game-changing behavior, you will be among such a small minority that you will easily stand out from the rest. Therefore, when you're consistent, when you put the BEST formula into practice, you put yourself in an elite category of winners who achieve things most others will never achieve. And you'll be less likely to quit. I'm reminded of a quote I live by that best captures the essence of this mindset quite beautifully. If you're willing to do what most others won't, you will have what most others don't. Your consistency will forever change the course of your life as you begin seeing the results of your time and efforts materialize. And, by the way, so will everyone else. As a proponent of the law of consistency, I can attest to the real results that have materialized in my life when I make up my mind to start something and then follow through with consistency. It's been such a game changer that I have a tendency to be absolutely maniacal about it because, as I said, consistency works. Love it or hate it, consistency is an essential element in the overall formula of personal development, self-improvement, and goal achievement. And by the way, it's an absolute must-have skill if you're hoping to get anywhere close to dominating your area of expertise. Doing something every single day builds momentum, which is a great segue to the next module in this lesson. So now that we understand the power of consistency, let's take advantage of the momentum and move on to the next module.